Hello and welcome to the Franchise Marketing Show. This episode was recorded at the International Franchise Show at the Excel. So although we use some really good microphones, there is some background noise going on, so there's some announcements going on because obviously it was a really busy show. But the content is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed recording these interviews and I hope you enjoy watching/listening to them as well. Enjoy.
Hi and welcome to the Franchise Marketing Show. We are live from the International Franchise Show and I've been joined by Matthew from the Grooming Company.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Very well.
Thank you for agreeing to come on. Or were you coerced?
I mean, I was coerced. Yeah, absolutely. No point denying that live on camera.
I did not break your arm when I twisted it.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
So Matthew, for those who don't know who you are, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So, my name's Matthew Chapman. I am the head of sales for the Grooming Company in kind of the UK and Europe. Basically, it's my role to champion the three brands that we're franchising across the globe. Two of them are Dubai-based brands. One of them is called N.Bar, which is a beauty salon, which has got a magnificent reputation and is doing incredibly well out in the UAE and kind of the GCC countries. And we're looking to bring that basically on a global scale out and about. We've got 2 sites in the UK. Rapidly growing to 4 within the next few months. Great business model. The 2 sites that are open are doing very well, and it's an excellent opportunity in a rapidly kind of growing market, and a market that doesn't really have a huge amount of standardised brands within it. So I think N.Bar will go very, very well. The other brand that we're kind of championing today, that's UAE based, is the 1847 kind of 7-star male grooming franchise. Not yet in the UK, but we've got a number of strong inquiries, and we're looking to bring a corporate store to the UK in the next kind of 6 months. So very exciting in that respect for 1847. Again, an unbelievably strong model that's doing incredibly well across our 17 stores in the UAE, and I think with the right placement will go extremely well in lots of other locations. So yeah, those are the 2 main ones we're talking about. Third brand, if you wouldn't mind me saying so, we've got Strip, the hair removal experts, a London-based chain of stores. We've got 6 in prime locations in London, and again, great P&L, great opportunity within them as well. So happy to talk to anyone about all 3 brands.
So everything to do with grooming and looking good and feeling good.
Absolutely, and across kind of male and female.
Yeah.
And we're covering kind of all bases. N.Bar suggests that it's just a nail bar, but it's not. I think the great USPs about N.Bar, for example, is that we have a multi-service chair where busy professionals can come in and see us, and instead of just having the nails done or their pedicure done, the multi-service chair means that you can have up to three technicians working on one singular person at a time, so multiple treatments can be added. So it includes facials, brows, lots and lots of other, kind of basically a full range of beauty treatments, and I think that's kind of a key message to get across. It's not just nails, it's a full service beauty salon.
Excellent, it sounds good. And in terms of 1847, obviously, like when I think of male grooming, I think of people like David Beckham, like that kind of person who's very well presented.
Yeah,
and is that the kind of clientele that you would imagine would come to in 1847?
No, I think it's a lot broader than that. Now, I mean, I think 1847 to start with, we would target kind of good demographic areas in major cities, obviously, and then we'll grow it organically from that point. After the kind of pilot and test cases have been, the business case has been proven. But I think the male genre as a species are much more aligned with grooming now than it's previously seen. I mean, again, out in the UAE, it's got almost kind of a cult following of people that constantly go. A lot of the people that I speak to, a lot of the inquiries we get in who are looking at 1847 are people that have been out to Dubai and experienced it and kind of had the wow factor with it and come back and said, can we take this out of Dubai and take it into other territories? So I think it's a broad spectrum of men that would use it, because we have a broad spectrum of treatments. It's there is barbers, there's manicures, there's pedicures, there's massage, there's facials, there's all sorts of treatments that we offer within the 1847 brand. So I think it will speak to a lot of people, and it will give that kind of, repeat business of people coming back and back and back. And I think the opportunity for franchisees in this respect is that we'll start to upsell from a haircut to a massage to and people will see the treatments and see and experience what's happening and start to take on more and more as they revisit.
Yeah, and it's that opportunity, isn't it, of like multiple streams of revenue that people can kind of get from, and if they have multiple stores, that's a nice little earner, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think the opportunity for the opportunity within all our brands for a strong financial position, especially at maturity, is really strong. We've with N.Bar especially, we know that we've kind of got a payback period within 24 to 36 months. Absolutely the same with 1847 on the test cases we've done. So yeah, I mean, in terms of just a vehicle for people to make some money, absolutely, these are two really strong options.
Excellent. It sounds good.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Why wouldn't you want to do it?
Why wouldn't you want to do it? You could have like an N.Bar and then 1847 and get like husbands and wives and families just coming together and going off into their little...
Well, of course, that's exactly true. I mean, so, a lot of people would think it's quite niche. You have to be really interested within the beauty sector to take it on. And in some circumstances, that's true. But actually from an investor model, we offer a full range of support. We've got a great franchise support team across all the factions of marketing and property and all these kind of things that will help put investors directly into business. And yeah, absolutely, you've got the choice of 3 brands that you can if you come on board with the Grooming Company, you can start with an N.Bar. You can then move into an 1847. There's different territories we can move into. So the conversations we can have are kind of far and wide.
Yeah, definitely. So Matthew, what kind of person would be a good franchisee for any of your brands?
I think the brands can speak to a wide range of people, as I kind of just previously mentioned. The people that are very focused and kind of want the keys to their own shop, to work for themselves. I think we can really focus on those people that are really kind of interested in the beauty sector, and we can talk to them about how we can help them in the financially get to that point, because we work with many partners in that respect. But as a vehicle, just someone that's committed, someone that's kind of happy to run the play, as it were, because we've done this a fair amount, and we kind of know we've got a great knowledge of what works and what doesn't. So as long as we've got a hard-working franchisee that's willing to come on board, obviously bring their own ideas, but as long as, along with that, willing to listen to us as a franchisor and run the play, I think the opportunity is open for anyone that's got a bit of hard work and a bit of vision.
So they don't necessarily have to be the ones doing the actual therapies and treatments and that kind of thing?
No, not at all. No, so we obviously have the owner-investor kind of model, the people that, as we say, want the keys to their own shop. And that's absolutely fine. We're happy to work with those people. But the people that just notice and know what a strong opportunity looks like to use a franchise as a vehicle for profit, we're also very willing to speak to those people as well. So, a diversification for kind of multi-serial franchisees that have got kind of food and beverage, or have got gyms, or in different sectors that want to diversify into, as we say, an industry that's just growing with a strong kind of predicted rate of growth over the next 5 years. It's just a segment that's, I wouldn't say recession-proof per se, but it's a segment that's a sector in the market that's just growing and growing. So it's a really strong option for investors and people that are just interested in the beauty industry alike.
Yeah, I think the fact that the brands have been around for like 20 odd years and gone through like recession and cost of living and the pandemic and that kind of thing shows the strength of the brands.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah, because those industries were hit quite badly, weren't they, during the pandemic? So the fact that they've grown and still doing really well, I think, is a big testament to
the strength of the brands and the following the brands have. Absolutely, yeah. And I think anybody that's, I would say the vast majority of people that have actually been either out to Dubai or have kind of sampled the treatments that we offer in the 2 stores that we currently have open in the UK will be a testament of the quality of what we offer. Yeah. So training's a massive thing for us because it can't get lost in the mileage. The standards that we offer have to be upheld because it needs to be from one store to the next. Yeah. Everywhere around the world, the N.Bar experience or the 1847 experience is going to be the same no matter what country you're in, and that's something we absolutely believe in as a company. The training is fundamental, and we will throw a lot of resource at training kind of not only the kind of franchisees but the general managers all the way down to the kind of the technician staff in kind of the N.Bar and the 1847 way of delivering treatments and that very high level of customer service.
Excellent. How many treatments have you had? Oh wait, this is alright.
Sorry, say?
How many treatments have you had? But we won't go there.
Well, they haven't flown me out to Dubai yet. As soon as they do, I'll be straight in that 1847.
Nails, for sure. Yeah. Matthew, how long have you been in the franchise industry? What do you think is the strength of franchising in general?
I mean, I've been working in the franchise sales kind of market for the last 3.5 years. It's just an industry I very much enjoy. I think it's going from strength to strength. I think the failure rate of franchising as a whole is very low, and that gives people the great opportunity to pull some money together and invest in themselves and go and be their own boss. And boss using established brands with established way of doing business already provided for them. So I think franchising is a fantastic route for people to get into business and work for themselves. So I very much enjoy it. I like the broad nature of people that we speak to. I like the broad nature of ambition of the people we speak to. And I very much enjoy franchising. I think I'm here to stay, hopefully, as long as someone doesn't boot me out. But yeah, it's a great industry, franchising.
Yeah. Do you find it's quite collaborative and quite supportive? Are you able to network with others in the industry?
Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a very friendly kind of area and arena to be in. And there's a lot of kind of sharing of best practice with, across a whole range of sectors, whether that's kind of coffee or food and beverage, or whether it's, health and fitness, or whether it's kind of beauty, all those kind of scenarios. The sharing of kind of best practices, the sharing of kind of expertise, I think is broad. I haven't met anyone who's not been welcoming in terms of having a conversation and just sharing kind of good ideas about how to attract new franchise in, or then how to best support franchisees moving forward. So yeah, I think it's a very inclusive kind of industry in that respect.
Excellent. So we're here at the International Franchise Show. You were here yesterday, weren't you?
I was indeed, yeah.
So how was your first day here?
It was really busy, and it was a really good constant stream of great conversations with some really interesting people. So I think we arrived about 9 o'clock set up. From 10:30 until pretty much 4:30 yesterday, there was a constant stream of conversations. There's 3 of us on the stand, all constantly speaking to a wide range of people looking at franchising. So it was a really strong day yesterday, and hopefully that's going to be the same today.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And did you find the quality of the conversations were high? Yeah,
definitely yesterday. Quality of the conversations was very good. A lot of people here yesterday that I think were kind of quite clued up. Kind of understood what they were looking for, but also a lot of people here yesterday that were open to listening and finding out more. In terms of the beauty industry, I don't think there's many franchises out there at this moment in time that are doing what we do. So it's kind of new to people to look at beauty as a franchise opportunity. So we found yesterday there was a lot of open ears that were willing to kind of talk to us, and I'm going to have a busy couple of weeks after the show, kind of reconnecting with all the people we've spoken to and trying to take those conversations forward.
Yeah. Do you find it helps having those face-to-face conversations better than maybe on the phone or over email?
Well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of kind of these franchise shows, isn't it? Is being able to meet people face to face and get kind of into those conversations straight away. So, absolutely, a very worthwhile exercise to be here. So, it's something I definitely think will be in our budget to come again next year, because, as you say, you can gain a huge amount from a 10-15 minute face to face conversation. rather than the traditional route of an inquiry coming through, reaching somebody over the phone, then booking a video call, and that route still works, obviously, but and that's your core year round. But the ability to meet people face to face is kind of, I think, kind of brings people's guards down, and everybody's open to understand what's on offer.
Yeah. And you can also pick up on like non-verbal clues and that kind of thing, so you can see if they're genuinely interested.
There's nothing better than a face-to-face meeting. I love technology, and Zoom and Teams are wonderful tools, but there is nothing better than a face-to-face meeting, especially when we're talking to people about investing their hard-earned money. So it's a very, very worthwhile exercise to be here.
So this is your first exhibition, isn't it, with N.Bar?
First exhibition I've done with N.Bar, yes.
I think it's the first time they've been. I probably need to check that. But why did you guys decide to come this year as a grooming company?
I mean, I think for a couple of reasons, realistically. I mean, one, I think it's great to showcase our brand and kind of show people that we're here and we're serious. And kind of the growth in the UK market is something we're very much targeting. And I think N.Bar is going to fly in the UK, so I think it was important to be here just to give ourselves that presence, and B, to speak to the high quality people that come to the show. So it's great for lead generation. So it's lead generation and presence, I think, are the two main reasons to be here. So I think that's it.
Excellent. Matthew, it's been really interesting talking to you. I do love the brands because obviously I'm aware of them. If someone was interested in finding out more about 1847, Strip or N.Bar, what's the best way for them to find out more information?
Well, obviously, I mean, you can go onto the websites, and there's great information on the websites about our story, about how long we've been kind of trading, where our locations currently are. So you'll glean a fantastic amount of information from the 1847, Strip and N.Bar websites. To inquire on the back of that, you can either just come directly to me on LinkedIn or fill out one of those franchise forms, and I will be in touch to arrange a conversation. So I think the website's a great form. The franchise websites, you will find us on those too, or just come directly to me on LinkedIn, and we'll be happy to set up a conversation and talk to people more about it.
Excellent. So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
What, you haven't already? Okay.
Not as much as I could have done. If you were going to have your own franchise, I'm going to take it in two parts. Which of the grooming company brands would you personally invest in, and what kind of other sector would you personally be interested in?
So I think which brand would I invest in would very much depend on my the amount of money I have got to invest at that moment in time, because there's two very different cost bases. N.Bar and Strip have got a very similar cost base in terms of getting the doors open. We're talking an investment as low as 150 to 200 grand for an N.Bar and a Strip, and that's doors open, that's trading, that includes franchise fees and everything that goes along with it. So upfront capital can be as little as 70 to 80 grand, and I think that's a great route to market in terms of getting yourself into one of these great franchises. However, 1847 is a slightly higher investment. We've kind of done some business cases where we think the overall cost to get your doors open and to start trading would be anywhere probably between 350 and 400 grand. So if I had more like 150, 160 grand, me personally, I don't know if I'll get shot for this from my bosses, but I'd love to open an 1847 because I just think it's a brand that could that offers a fantastic opportunity for earning a great living out of it. But I think it's also a fantastic brand that's going to grow and be great. So there's two different investment points, as I say, we're delighted to tell either.
Your daughter would love the N.Bar, wouldn't she? Like the nails.
Well, my daughter's 4, so hopefully she's not getting into that too late, too quickly. I think my wife would like it, and eventually my daughter, But I think both, as I say, I think all three are great, are really great opportunities. Maybe just because I'm a man, I kind of lean towards the 1847 one. I think that maybe
that was a very diplomatic answer. You literally said all of them.
I did.
Were you a politician?
When I'm put under a spotlight like that, I think I might turn into one. Yeah.
So, if you were going to, for yourself, if you were going to have any kind of business, so different completely different career direction, what sector would you personally be interested in?
I mean, I'm very focused on the beauty sector right now because that
Are you being diplomatic again?
No, well, it takes up my kind of focus, 50 hours a week. That's kind of where I'm concentrating on. So
your rugby mates must love taking the mick.
They do, very much so. Yeah. I mean, in all seriousness, I think looking at an industry where it's kind of slightly new to franchising and where we could kind of disrupt the market a bit and really kind of put together some fantastic brand standards and really target the right areas. I think beauty is a great space to get into. I've worked in fitness previously, and that was great, and that's got its advantages. I know food and beverage is still extraordinarily strong, so there's lots of routes to market within franchising, but my focus at the moment is beauty, and I would. I'd struggle to get away from it because I can see the opportunity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, the man of the beauty industry. Thank you so much for your time. It's been really good talking to you.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks, Steph. Much appreciated.